Hello everybody, Steve with Titan Impact Group here in the middle of the wall zim, as Catherine likes to call it. Anyways, one of the cool things about living in a museum is that you can go ahead and you've got your own little time machine. You can go back in time a bit. We're going to do the dial and go back one day to yesterday when I should have been talking about the events I'm talking about, but we got sidetracked with some other things. However, on February 9th, 1971, Leroy Satchel Paige was a Negro League pitching veteran, was nominated to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Later on that year, in August of 1971, he was actually inducted into the Hall of Fame. Joe DiMaggio said of Satchel Paige that he was not only the fastest, but the best pitcher that he'd ever come across. One of the things that Leroy Satchel Paige is known for is his longevity. His career spanned over 5 decades, believe it or not. It started in the 1920s. Of course, it was a segregated South. It was a segregated country. And baseball was also segregated. However, in 1947, Jackie Robinson broke the colored barrier in baseball. And in 1948, 1 year later, Satchel Paige signed a professional contract with the Cleveland Indians at age 42, making him the oldest rookie ever to sign a contract in professional baseball. He retired in 1953. However, he came back in 1965 and pitched 3 innings at age 59, making him the oldest player to ever play professional baseball. So our hats off to you, Leroy Satchel Paige. Now on to some less happy event that also happened in February 9th of 1861. 6 seceded states met in Montgomery, Alabama, and formed the Confederate States of America with Jefferson Davis of Mississippi as their president. Here's Jefferson Davis's signature right here. This is a brick from the original White House of the Confederacy in Richmond, Virginia. And here is a piece of the flag that was taken down over the Confederate White House when General Grant, who's hanging on the other wall here. We have the south wall here. We've got the north wall there. As time goes on, you'll get to see plenty of both of how they interact. But a piece of the flag that was taken down on April 4th, 1865, when Grant sacked Richmond. You know, studying history and having the museum with original artifacts, letters, I'm able to go into study, literally, get into the minds of those who were there. Regardless of how I feel, or regardless if I agree or disagree, one of the things that comes up is that the Civil War was not necessarily about slavery. You see, when you present a man with a moral dilemma, you'll have his curiosity. When you reach into a man's pocket and grab his wallet, you will have his full and undivided attention. Unfortunately, at that time, as did the Egyptians, the Romans, the Greeks, the Dutch, Native Americans, slavery has been practiced almost since the beginning of time. I don't agree with it. I think that we can treat each other better, but we need to understand that it was used in order to bolster the economy of whatever group was practicing slavery at that time. Now, what does this have to do with today's situation that we find in our economy? You see, people do desperate things whenever you take away their livelihood. People do desperate things when you mess with their personal economy. What we have going on soon will be a tsunami of notes that are distressed. People can't pay them. They haven't been working. The government's relief checks, if you will, that have averaged to a whopping $100 a month. How's that working out for you? That's going to stop. And what we're going to have is we're going to have a bunch of mortgages that are underwater. And people are going to be looking for people to blame. And a lot of times people will go ahead and they'll blame the banks. They'll say, hey, the banks, they're big, they're greedy, they're rich, they should give us a break. I mean, that's what happened during the forbearance. Why can't we just have forbearance in perpetuity? And what you need to understand is that banks are not in the landlord business. Okay, they are in the lending business. It takes someone like us, Titan Impact Group, to go ahead and be in the non-performing note business, which means that we will go and we will take our investors' money. And the war coffins are getting huge, so hold on, we're coming as fast as we can as soon as the forbearance gets lifted. We will go and we will buy the non-performing note from the bank, the mortgage that hasn't been paid. We're going to buy that from the bank, okay? We're going to get that at a reduced price. And because we get that at a reduced price, we can then renegotiate your mortgage with you to terms that, either they'll be acceptable and you'll be able to pay the new lower mortgage, or unfortunately, foreclosure may be the only option. But it does give you a brand new start. We don't want to foreclose. We would love to have you pay your mortgage anywhere between 12 to 36 months, in which we will then take that mortgage, which is now a performing mortgage, and sell it on the open market. This is what we do at Titan Impact Group. And I just wanted to put out that video here today to let people who are underwater, who have a distressed mortgage, a non-performing note, that there is hope out there. And I want our investors to continue to come and invest with us, to understand very clearly exactly what we're able to do here at Titan Impact Group. As always, we here at Titan Impact Group are all about never awaking from the American dream. I am Steve Wall. I do know money, and I am a sentinel of the American dream.